Hello everyone. Today I am going to be. Why am I introducing this like a YouTube video? I'm just going to be showing you guys how to make your character sheet. So to find a character sheet, I literally just type in D&D character sheet, and it's the first one from Wizards of the Coast. That's like the D&D makers, the official people who make it. So it'll look like this. Um, for the purposes of today, we are going to be using a druid to like make the sheet, but you could apply this to like other characters. It's the same process. Um, so uh, you can like fill out your names and stuff. So we're just gonna go druid, cool. So first thing I like to start with is the ability scores. Just I'm gonna come up with some random ones, but like obviously you would have rolled for yours, or you can use the point by calculator. So for a druid, it'll look something like this, perhaps. Doesn't have to look exactly like this. I'm just going off of like what it looks like on average, but don't worry about the details of the numbers. But yeah, so right now we are calculating the how would you say, ability modifiers. That's the main reason why I start with this, because it kind of determines everything else about your character. So yeah, pretty important to get this one like decently well. Okay, so these little numbers are the ones that you would have rolled or gotten from your calculator, and then the bigger numbers are the modifiers. So for every little number above 10, for every even number above 10, you increase the point by 1. So for example, 10 is 0, 12 would be a 1, 14 is a 2, 16 is a 3, 18 is a 4, and 20 is a 5, and 20 is the highest your ability modifiers can go. Okay, so now that we have these numbers, this is what you would have rolled for. It will get increased by your background. So if I just go D&D backgrounds 2024, I like to use this website here, Wikidot. This is like what I use for everything, and it's never failed me. So we got these different backgrounds. I'm just gonna pick a random one. I think a good one for a druid would be acolyte. It sounds like something a druid would be, but like you can go through all of these. I've also put the backgrounds in the guide. So main things we want to look at. What are the ability scores that we can increase? So here we can pick a +2 increase and a +1 between these three stats. So that's good, because as a druid, I want to increase my wisdom. And how you can check which stats you want to increase is you go onto the Druid 2024 wiki page and you look at their primary abilities, and it'll tell you wisdom. So that's cool. I want to increase my wisdom, and it never hurts to have charisma. Intelligence is a little bit less useful, but it's definitely good to have at least 10 intelligence, so it's not negative. Cool. So +2 to wisdom probably would be good, and then maybe a +1 to charisma. So what would that look like? That would look like going onto our character sheet and increasing the little number by 2. So the 16 would become 18. And if you remember, every even number that goes up increases the big number by 1. So that would be a 4. and our 10 would become an 11, and as that isn't an increase in the even number, our charisma doesn't change. Cool. And so, going back to the druid thing, what's next? Let's stick to the ability modifiers for now. So we have saving throw proficiencies, intelligence and wisdom. Okay, so if we go onto our character sheet, you'll see saving throws, and you'll see these lines and dots. The dots represent what you are proficient in. So we would click intelligence and wisdom. And now, oh yeah, sorry. Big important thing, proficiency bonus. At level 1, this is just +2. Feel free to add pluses on these numbers as well. I just don't because it saves space. Now, going through the saving things. We look at the big numbers and we put them here. So, strength, big number, 0. So that's what that looks like. Dexterity, big number, 2. So we put 2. Constitution, big number, 3. Intelligence. Now, we have an intelligence modifier of 0, but we're proficient in intelligence, and our proficiency bonus is 2. So our saving throw bonus for intelligence is 2. Cool. And then wisdom, we have 4. Wow, we're very wise. 4 wisdom and a +2, so that becomes 6. And then charisma is 0. So we got no riz. Okay, now, next thing. Skills. So if we look back, for skill proficiencies, we choose any 2 from this list. So, perception is very useful. And I mean, the rest, it's kind of just like what you want to have. I think medicine will be cool. Could be like a little healy druid. So we look here and we add a tick to perception and to medicine to show that we are proficient in it. And so if we also look at our background, we also get to pick 2 skill proficiencies. So we get insight and religion. And you want to make sure that your proficiencies from your class don't overlap with that from your background, because you don't get to stack them. So it's better to just make sure you don't pick the same ones. So insight and religion. So religion, boom, and insight, bang. And now we've just followed the same process. So you'll add your big number to every skill, and then for any skill that you're proficient in, you add the big number and you add the proficiency bonus. So for example, for perception, we have because it's a wisdom skill, we add 4, and then because we're proficient in it, we add 2. Cool. So that becomes 6. And then if I look for another wisdom skill that I'm not proficient in, we just have 4. And you can do the same with every other skill. Cool. Next, I guess an important thing to mention is your hit points. So if you look here, it says hit point dice. It's different for every character, but as a druid, it's a d8. And so starting at level 1, we will use the highest number on the d8, so that would be 8. And you put that up here. And then also you add your constitution modifier. So 8 plus 2 would be 11. Cool. And then it's pretty simple at level 1. You just take the number. So if it's a D6, you take 6. If it's a D12, 10, you just take the number, and then you always add your constitution modifier. Initiative, that is based off of your dexterity modifier. So for our druid here, it would be +2. Armor class depends on what equipment and your dexterity. So for a druid, you start with leather armor. If I want to look up the how much leather armor has, I go leather armor AC D&D, and then it'll tell me. So 11 plus your dexterity modifier. So dexterity modifier is 2, 11 plus 2, 13. It's our armor class. Cool. And speed, that is from your race. So if I was, most races have a speed of 30 feet. So, but it'll tell you if you look at your race. Cool. Temporary hit points, don't worry about that. Okay, next. Attacks and spellcasting. So this is where I would put like the main thing that I would use. So as a druid, probably going to rely more on my spells for damage, but just for simplicity's sake, I am going to put in what you would put down for like a melee weapon. So druids can use a quarterstaff. How do I know this? I go into this and I check the starting equipment, and then you'll see they have a sickle and a quarterstaff, which is also what they use to cast spells. And so we go here, quarterstaff, boom. What is it? What is this middle one? This is your like chance to hit bonus. So because a quarterstaff is a simple weapon, which you can Google, like what weapons are simple, what are martial. I have proficiency in it because druids have proficiency in simple weapons. And so we can add our +2 bonus to it, and it's a it's not a light weapon, it's not a finesse weapon, so it uses strength as its modifier. So my to hit bonus would just purely be the proficiency bonus, as I have no strength. If my strength modifier was like +2, then it would be like +2 and then +2 from the thing, so it would be +4. But as we are weak and have no strength, this is just purely +4. And then your damage is just purely, like your damage bonus is purely a, what do you call it, from your strength stat. But we still write what the damage dice of a quarterstaff is. So I can't remember off the top of my head. But this will tell me. Okay, it's 1d6. Okay, I was going to say d8. So I'm glad I checked that. So you go 1d6. And if you feel like writing the type bludgeoning, yeah, if you don't have enough space, just bludge. That's good enough. Cool. So yeah, that's everything for the first page. Like, that might be confusing. I'll do another video about spellcasting in a second.